Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a little bit different and it's going to be a get ready with me video. So I've never done one of these before, I've watched lots of them. So I'm just going to go through, show you my kind of daily routine. We're not going to go like full beat glam, we're just going to do something like pretty everyday. So I've already prepped my skin, I've cleansed it, I've obviously prepped it for makeup, so here we go. So the first thing that I generally do is I do my eyebrows. So the product that I'm going to use today is by Benefit. Can you see this? There we go. Okay, so this is Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit and it is in the shade 5. Okay, so I'm just going to start by lining my brows. I'm gonna like apologise in advance if this ends up being like a super long video, just because I'm probably not as quick as some other YouTubers. So I'm just being fairly gentle, not going too crazy. I do like quite a well-defined brow, but you know, nothing too over the top, I don't think. There we go, just lining that out there. So I've been spending a bit of time on YouTube today, like looking through some videos, because you know, isn't it difficult to sort of like increase your views and get subscribers and stuff? So this is like my 3rd video. I don't have any subscribers so far. So poor me, so please, if you're watching this, please subscribe, please like, all that good stuff, and tell me what you want to see more of. I'm like pretty open. I will do a whole host of different stuff really, so I'm quite happy to talk about surgery, I'm quite happy to talk about cosmetic things that I've had done, I'm quite happy to talk about my career tips, advice. I'm quite happy to talk about having kids, having a husband, relationships, money, all of that sort of stuff. So you just tell me what it is that you want to talk about and we will. Quite happy to do a Q&A, although I do feel like maybe you would want to see a bit more of who I am before you want to start asking a QA. We're only 3 videos in after all, and you don't really know about me. So yeah, happy to do any of that. So it might be like good to share who I watch on YouTube. So actually, recently I've been watching like a lot of stripper vlogs. Don't ask me why. I've been watching like this girl Nina Unrated, and she's like quite an interesting character. She does like 3 channels, so she does like an eating show, she does like normal video stuff, and then she also does like a stripper vlog. But she's just quite entertaining really. And then that's led me on to sort of watch other stuff, like there's this girl called City Blue. She's totally different vibe from Nina Unrated. She's like really chill, whereas Nina can come across as a little sort of crazy at times. By the way, if you can hear that, that's my new puppy in the background. She clearly doesn't like to be left. She's letting me know. Now she does have like Rocco and Cookie down there with her, spending time with her, but that clearly is not satisfactory. Wow, okay. You'd think like, you know, she was in pain. So that's the brows, I think that's enough. And then I'm gonna just like go around the edges, just tidy those up with a concealer. So this brush is a MAC brush, and you know what, actually the numbers come off it, so I can't even tell you what number it is, but it is like a synthetic flat brush is what I use this for. So there's that, plus actually I've been using Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Concealer, and that is in the shade 02 Nude. Okay, And the reason I use this, actually, because I've got a whole host of like different concealers there. One of them is the double wear, the Estee Lauder one. But actually, just like, I'm like getting old. So I'm like going to be 40 soon. And I just find that it's really drying on the skin. So I find that like day to day is just like way too dry. It's not so bad if I'm like going out of a night and just want something to like really last. But other day it's just like way too dry. I get halfway through the day, I have lots of creases under my eyes. Yeah, so it's not a good look really. So I try to sort of like just save that for nights out when that's kind of not going to be too much of an issue. So yeah, let's go ahead and clean those brows up. So just put a little bit onto the brush and just take it through the upper eye area, keeping it quite tight to the line. So a little bit more there. And it's really just to sort of define the outer edges and make them look nice and clean and sharp. So there we go, not too much. I think if you put too much on, you have like this really, really made up look. Yeah, so that can come out sometimes as a bit over the top. Great if you're on a night out, because it just gives you that super glam look. Here's Rocco. He decided he wanted to come in. Oh, wow. Do you think I should go and get her? I think maybe I should. Okay, hang on. So, here is the offender of all that noise. And we're now joined by Cookie too, so it's a whole doggy family. So this is Star. She's my new French bull. Oh, hello. Yes, hello. Was that you making all that noise? Was it? Was it really? How am I supposed to do this video with you? Oh. Huh? Oh. Cool. Okay. So, where were we? Yeah. So we're just going to do, God, they're going crazy now. We're just going to do the other eyebrow. Underline that there, just sort of clean the edges up. Okay. And the foundation I'm going to use, which I'm going to go with next, is actually a dupe for Estee Lauder Double Wear. So, okay, how I ended up with Estee Lauder Double Wear is the classic sort of struggle you have between wanting like full coverage, makeup to stay on, and then not wanting to look like majorly dry and sit in all the sort of, you know, fine lines and wrinkles that you have when you get to my age. So I ended up with Double Wear, which is this one here, and I use 4W1 Honey Bronze. Okay, I actually found this was a little bit like sort of, it wasn't orange, but it wasn't as yellow as I probably needed it to be. It was fine, but yeah. Okay, so that was that, and that was about, I think it was either 30 or 35 pounds, and I was going through it actually at a rate that I wasn't entirely comfortable with in terms of like good value for money. So yeah, and then I watched a YouTube video about a dupe, and actually they came up with this one, which is by Primark. And it's a matte foundation, so double coverage matte foundation, and this is in the shade Toffee. So there are differences, I'm not gonna lie. The biggest difference is that this costs £5, okay? So like, you know, for everyday use, you really don't mind. The coverage is pretty decent. It's not quite as good, I would say, in my personal opinion, as the Double Wear. But it's acceptable, you know? It is acceptable, and I think it probably does break down more easily. You know, at the end of the day, you can see that you do, like I get like pretty oily up here, and by the end of the day you can see that it started to break down in this area, and sometimes like in this area too. So yeah, I would say that you need to be preparing your skin well. And the other thing that I'd probably say, use a good primer. And when you're done, I quite often use Laura Mercier setting powder in translucent. This is like an amazing product. You only need the tiniest amount, like literally tap it all the way off your brush. Don't use a lot. I have friends say to me, you know, how do you use setting powder, because it just sits in your creases and stuff. But if you just use the tiniest amount, it just takes away that that sort of propensity to like go a little bit oily here, and it just keeps it at bay for you for that little bit longer. So I would definitely recommend using that. So yeah, I think this in terms of being like a dupe is really good. I actually prefer the tone of this particular foundation. It's just a slightly better colour for me, I think. So it does kind of like beat double wear in some respects, but not in all. So yeah, let's put this on. So I'm just going to use a beauty blender. And actually these beauty blenders I bought at the same time as I bought this from Primark. So these were a pack of, I think, 4 or 5 beauty blenders for like, probably something like £1.50. So it's really, really affordable. So I really like to use those. So here we go. So just stippling on, like, and here I have like, when I was young, I used to like spend a lot of time in the sun. So I do have quite a dark spot there from sun damage. But you'll see that's starting to disappear into my skin. And yeah, so that is just, I'll clean up the eye area with some concealer, so I'm not too concerned about that right now. Okay, so the Frenchie is like chewing on things. Cool. Okay, so on the forehead. Okay. I, for a long time, used a foundation brush and sort of slathered it on with a foundation brush, and never really understood why it was so good to just like sort of stamp this on. Honestly, you know, try it. It's a really good idea. So you'll probably be able to see as well that I've got some eyelashes on. So these are semi-permanents. A friend of mine did them for me, and they are what's known as hybrids. So they are not just like the normal standard lashes, the classic lashes. They've got some Russian mink, I think they are, in there, or just Russian she called them. And I absolutely love them. I haven't had them before. She did them like for really quite a reasonable price, which she charges everyone. Didn't like get, you know, like a special price or anything, which was £40. And I know that other beauticians like can charge a lot more. So I think, you know, if you find yourself a good beautician, you could probably get these done, but like not really too expensive. So this is the first time I've had them done. I just comb them through every day. I don't wear any mascara, you just don't need it. I just put it on my bottom lashes. And then you just comb them through every morning, and that's it, you're done. Which is just like such a time saver. Like really, it's really cool. Get off. Oh dear me. So yeah, I would definitely recommend those. She's told me that they'll probably last about 4 weeks. I'll probably need an infill around the 2 to 4 week mark, which is fine. Obviously not as expensive as having a new set. Yeah, so the other thing that I've done as well is like, I made a little bit of a deal with myself. I'm trying to be a little bit smarter with my money. I just don't want to like spend things unnecessarily. So sorry. The Frenchie decided to pull the whole thing over. Yeah, so I've been trying to be like a bit smarter with how I'm spending my money. And so every month, obviously, all of us girls have, you know, our monthly maintenance bill. So whether that be lashes, whether that be eyebrows, nails is my sort of like regular expense. And so I thought, you know, like years ago, like when I wasn't really well paid and like I didn't really have much money, I did a lot of stuff myself. And I just thought, well, why aren't I still doing that now? Just because, you know, maybe I could probably afford to do more in terms of maintenance. That, like, why aren't I just being smarter? Continue to do that and putting the money elsewhere. Like that would be the smart thing to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And look at this baby one that I use for around the eye area. It's really good. So yeah, so I've just ordered like all the stuff that I need, like the whole kit that I need to do my nails with acrylics and shellac. So I've ordered several colours. I've even ordered a nail drill. So that is just, sorry, that is just the same concealer that I used on my upper eye. I'm just going to give that a second to sort of dry down. Yeah, so those should come in like the next few days, and I'll do a video on those as well and just show you what I've got, how I'm going to use it. I even bought the nail drill. I mean, I've had my nails done that many times that I kind of know which sort of settings I need to use, which sort of drill bits that I need to use on particular parts of the nail when it's sort of natural versus when it's acrylic. So you know what, I'm gonna have a go and just like see what happens. So same sort of thing here now, just sort of tapping that in. So having these lashes on does make this like slightly awkward, which is why this is so helpful, having like this tiny one. Like before the lashes, I'd probably just use the big blender and just go over everything. So so yeah, this is just more precise. Oh dear, I think that was Cookie. Yeah, so this is just more precise. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, like a tiny bit, and a little bit of eyeshadow, just like a real day look, nothing too sort of crazy, and then I think we'll be done. Okay, so next I'm going to use a NYX Wonder Stick in, it's called Highlight and Contour Stick, and it is WS03 Deep Profound. Okay, so this is what I use to do some contouring. So just take it down the sides there. See, I'm not like a massive fan of doing the forehead, but we'll do that today just sort of to show you. And then again, I like to use this rather than the Beauty Blender. I think the Beauty Blender like kind of takes too much of the shade away, the colour away. So I just use like a sort of a flat brush and just stipple, as I do with the rest of my makeup. So you just kind of got to be patient with this, because at first you're probably thinking, yeah, that's not going to work. So bit of patience, keep repeating. Wow, on camera that looks like really dramatic, but in real life it's not, I promise. Okay. Okay. So we just keep going back and forth. Don't rub, don't push, just tap. And just let it do its thing naturally. And it will come out just fine, honestly. Okay. And then, I don't know whether it's the light, actually, maybe I should start, you know, if I do actually get some views and some followers, I might actually invest in some lighting. Okay. Yeah. Just keep going there. So yeah, so I'll show you the stuff on the nail side of things. I also am gonna tint my own eyebrows, so I'll probably show you when I do that too. And anything else that I kind of start to think that I'm gonna do, yeah, I'll definitely show you guys and keep you in the loop. Like next time I go to have Botox and stuff. So yeah, I'm just using a blusher now. It's a MAC blusher. It's actually so old. Oh no, hang on. It's called Margin. Okay, it's quite old actually. I haven't used it for a while. And it's nice because it's got like a little bit of a sheen in it, but not too much. Which is really good if you don't want to do like a full highlighter. Because sometimes, you know, like on more mature skin, that sometimes doesn't look too great. And then sometimes you just don't want to look that extra. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Laura Mercier powder now that I showed you earlier. I'm going to dust lightly under my eyes and down onto my cheeks slightly, just because I'm getting a little bit, see that eye now, I'm just getting like that little sort of sense that it looks wet, a bit wet, so it's reflecting the light and not looking too flattering. So, and on camera that doesn't look too great, so a little eye too, very small amount. And then I'm just going to do, like I said before, I'm just going to do my forehead because that's where I get again tiniest amount of powder, but it just makes all the difference. Okay, so I'm just going to do some lips and eyeshadow, just like a little bit of eyeshadow, nothing too dramatic. So today I'm going to use this Liquid Revolution palette, and I'm going to use just like a really neutral shade. I'm going to use this shade here at the front, and that is shade 13, but it doesn't have a name. Okay. Just checking on these dogs, they're acting crazy. You know, like she's the littlest one and she just goes, I'm like, yeah, she's badass. Okay, so I'm just putting this in my crease, and literally I'm not going to do too much else. Like, really, what are they doing? Ah, here's the hubby back. Okay, so off camera I've just finished off my eyes and just put some mascara onto the lower lashes, and then just to finish I'm going to use a MAC lipstick called Fanfare. Okay, I'm like right at the end of this now. So this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it and you want more, please like, subscribe and leave your comments in the comments section. Thanks for watching.